up, homies? Welcome back. My name is Arnav, and welcome back to my channel ByteTrekAarnie. And also, belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. I'm so sorry I couldn't upload for the last couple of days because there have been a few mishaps in my videos in which because of which I could not upload them. So yeah. I also sorry, I just got a little cough. So and also today is season 1 episode 1 of, you guessed it, Syntax Sunday, where every Sunday I'm gonna make a special programming video where we make several different awesome projects together and we learn something new. Right, so in today's video, the project we're gonna be making is something simple yet something very powerful, and that is a portfolio website. Now, a portfolio website is something that defines you. Like, it's something that tells the world about who you are, the work you do, your qualifications, any past work you have done, um, like any contact information which they can use, etc. A portfolio website holds such information, and it's a very important thing to have because your portfolio can influence what people look at you to be, and that's a major thing when it comes to things like your career or your skill set or demonstrating your skill set. Yeah. Today we're not just going to be making a plain website using HTML and CSS, not at all. We're going to be using a special JavaScript library known as React. Some of you might have heard of it before, some of you might have not, but let me explain to you what it is. ReactJS is a JavaScript library owned by Facebook, and it's open source. It's used to make powerful front ends for not just web apps but also native apps for platforms such as Android and iOS. And if you want to pursue front-end development or if you want to build powerful apps, then React is the perfect skill to have. For today's project, you're going to need some things to be installed, or you're going to need some things on your desk. Sorry. Firstly, you're going to need your computer or a device which you can code on. Second, you're going to need an IDE installed on that device, like say Visual Studio. Third, you're going to need to have NodeJS installed on that device because that's what's actually gonna have our portfolio website hosted on our network. And fourth, you can get yourself a cup of hot cocoa or some coffee to energize you for the long run. So, without further ado, let's enter the IDE and get straight to it. We are now in Visual Studio Code. I've already opened up a folder here, but you can look up how to open a folder in Visual Studio Code. So yeah, the first thing you're gonna need to do is click on this terminal button over here. This is going to open a new shell or PowerShell prompt. In it, type the simple command npx create hyphen react hyphen app, and after leaving space you can add the name of your app. Your app can be named anything, but I'm just gonna name my app my portfolio. Just press enter and let the terminal do its magic. This may take a minute or two, so let's do a quick time lapse. Oh, right. If you're not new to and using npm or using shell commands, or if you have used Node.js before, then you might know that you can't use capital letters in names anymore. I forgot that, I'm very sorry. But don't worry, we can reattempt that. It's the same command, npx create react app, but this time all small, my portfolio. Sorry. Now just press enter and let the terminal do its magic. Like I said, this might take a minute or two, so let's do a quick time lapse. our project folder has now been made. As you can see, this is our project folder. There are several subfolders. Now you got node modules, you got a public folder, src, sorry, you got package.json, package.json, everything. But for now, we're only going to be focusing on this folder, src, because this is the folder that houses all of our app's components. Over here, this is the main app.js. As you can see, it comes with a pre-made template for a React app, which you can host by simply typing this one command, actually two commands. So you're currently in this p website folder, the originating folder, but actually my portfolio is a folder inside of this. So that means that we have to type cd my portfolio. This is going to ensure that any commands which are executed in the shell are only affecting the my portfolio folder, which you can see here, and should not affect anything else apart from the contents in this folder. Now just one simple command, npm start. We're gonna have to wait for a second or two. Alright, now as you can see, it opened a browser window. Due to the network, it might take a few seconds. So, oh, and there we go. There we go. We have now successfully hosted our first React app. Let me tell you how it's actually working. You see, that's the reason why I told you to install NodeJS first. Because you see, NodeJS is actually an app's backend. It's a backend used for web apps. And React actually utilizes Node.js to host the front end on the local network. Like, sorry, like this localhost 3000 port you're seeing over here. I'll show the terminal window. As you can see, it started using Node.js. It started a Node development server in which I can host my app on my local network and preview it. That's actually how most apps using React are produced today. They use the localhost 3000 port, but they forward it using a VPN or a port forwarding service. Sorry, it's quite cold in Bangalore nowadays, so uh, guess we gotta deal with it for a while. But don't worry. Let's get back to the video. Now, if we go into the src folder, you can see that we have app.js and app.css as well. Now you might know CSS cascade style sheets. This is what actually configures the style for your web page, which is how we are able to see the web page in this form. The thing we're going to do is that since we don't need app.css, we're going to just delete it. For now, we're going to stop the server. And then we're going to modify app.js. We're going to remove all this, and we're just going to keep a main component. No, scratch that. It's it's main. So now that the main component is finally empty, we can start working on the app. Each element of a React web page, let's say the title, header, or footer, is its own component. And its own component meaning it is read as its own file, its own unique JSX file. Now, we're going to start building the website. We're going to create a new folder in src called components. Now these components, like I said, they are all the building blocks or elements of a web page, in which we are going to have a new file called header.jsx. Now What now? There's actually no difference between a JS extension and a JSX extension, but it's only the difference like JS is throughout JavaScript, but JSX will be specifically for React. That's the only difference. We're gonna make this file over here, and we're also going to make its corresponding header.css file. Now in header.jsx, where normally what we're gonna have to do is that we're gonna type import React from React. This is usually what's required, but currently we don't need this because in newer versions of React, you don't need to type this statement in every component's file. Therefore, we can just start off with the function. To learn React, you need to know obviously HTML and CSS, but you also need to know some core components of JavaScript. You don't need to know the entire language, just like five core concepts like variables, data types, async await, DOM manipulation, and also arrow functions. Learn these 5 things and you can easily learn the fundamentals of React as well. Man, what's with this cough? Anyways, now we're going to name this function as header. We're going to put these curly brackets here. After this, we're going to put a return statement. Return. This is what's going to actually return our HTML code. This is what's actually going to keep it as an HTML element for the web page. Over here we can put this, I guess. Now we'll type and after that this statement is very important. Export default header. Why is this statement important? It's important because this statement is what actually exports this file as a React component. Otherwise, the main file over here, app.js, will not be able to recognize it. It will not be able to recognize it as a valid file. It's not going to be able to recognize it as a valid component. Alright? We made our header. We can make a corresponding CSS for it as well. So I do the CSS and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have made the base CSS for the header. This is the main header file. Now, how do we actually use this in our app.js? So we'll read this line over here as well as this. We're only going to keep the function. What we're going to do now is that we're going to type this line, import header from dot slash components slash header. Oh, sorry, we don't need to add this line. Now this is going to do is that this is going to import the header file from our components folder over here. Right, so there's only 2 files, header.css and header.jsx. After that, the thing you need to do is that you need to type header with a forward slash and a closing tag like this, like you do it in HTML. And yeah, that is basically the start. Now we can just type npm start our React web server. Hold on. So the problem was that the app failed to compile to the point where the JSX file, the app.css file was present. It only stayed at that point. It did not compile from there. I had to manually compile it, but now it's there. It shows the text Arnav over here, and Correct. So you have made your first, you have made your own React element and you have posted it. Now we're going to be using, the similar principle, and we're going to be making the other components such as the about me section, the skills section, the qualifications, previous work, and the communication section. So another montage. I know that you might find montage a bit boring sometimes, but I can't keep the video too long, so we gotta do it. Oh, oh my god, that was a long montage. In fact, I had to do some coding off camera because I didn't want to make the montage too long. Now, the next and the most important stage is the contact element. The part in which there's a prompt for sending a message to the website owner. So we're going to be making that using an API called email.js. For those of you who don't know, email.js is a kind of like a JavaScript API which is used to send emails. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to set it up. So first, you should go to email.js.com. Really sorry. You should go to email.js.com and create an account. But since I've already made one, I'll go straight to the dashboard. The first thing you need to do is click on this add new service button. Choose your email service. I'm using Gmail. You can name it anything you want, but I will just name it portfolio email service. Then after that, click on connect account to connect the account to it. As you can see, I'm now connected to my account, and this is a service ID. You should keep the service. You should remember the service ID because this is going to be very important for the next steps. So copy this to your clipboard, and now finally click on create service. With the service now been created. Oh, and I also received an email. So I also received this email for testing. If I create this service, it's going to send an email to my account to see if the API is working. Now we go to email templates tab, create a new template, and you can choose any template you want, but I will personally choose contact us. And now you can just save it. Now this template has been added successfully. You might get a template ID somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah. So this is your template ID. This is also going to be a very important thing to have for the next steps. Now before doing that, we're going to install npm install email.js.com. Now what this command will do is that it's going to install the email.js. It's going to install the email.js API directly into the project folder. Now that the email.js API is installed, it's time to do the coding. completed the entire website. All the components are here, all the files are set. This is contact.jsx, the email part. Now, this is the crucial part of the web page, so I'll explain to you how it works. So, um, also as my phone died, and since I was using my phone as my camera, I can't have a video feed anymore. So yeah. So use state from React. Use state is actually a library from React, which is necessary if you want to get text input from a React page, right? So that's why we have this use state sentence over here. Const name set name is equal to use state. Const email set email use state. Const message set message equal to use state. Also, by the way, importing the email.js API is also very important. So yeah, I forgot to say, sorry. So const send email is equal to e. So this is actually this e arrow function. Here e stands for event, meaning const send email means that it's going to set a value, meaning it's going to like assign an event to this send email constant, and the constant means that the value will never change throughout the time of the program. This will prevent. Now that everything is ready, I think it's about time we test it out. I've also made the footer and all CSS files. I'm just going to save everything right here, and then we can finally type in npm start to start our React server. This might take a moment or two. Oh yeah, here it is. It's loading. Come on. Yes, let's go. Wow, this website actually looks good. Right, so this is the header. This is the hero section. I had made this as an image using Canva. I've added these icons and all, this text, and you know. I'm not that proud about the about me section, but it's fine. I've added an image of me, and I have also added this description. As for the skills page, I have added these cards over here, these skill cards. When you hover your mouse over them, they expand in size. This involves typing in some divs. It involves some CSS as well. And over here we're actually using a flexbox container. If you know CSS, you might know what a flexbox container is. Yeah. This is the contact me page, the contact me section. You got your name, your email, and your message. You got a send button as well. And finally, you have your uh, footer with your copyright information. Honestly saying, this website actually turned out very well. I'm actually proud of it. Now, let's see if this contact me section works. I'll type my name. I'll type my name over here, my email, and a message. This is a mock message, and then I'll try to click send. Oh, message sent successfully. Now let me see if I've received it in Gmail. Contact us a new visitor, another visitor. Yo, let's go. Our email section is finally working, bro. I never actually expected for it to work because I'm not that much of a pro in JavaScript, but finally, bro, I got it to work. You know, it's a very good thing, bro. Right. Alright, everybody, so there we have it. We have successfully made our portfolio website using ReactJS. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and smash that bell icon for more further updates. And also, please do make sure to comment down below what you want to see in our next Syntax Sunday or in our next video. And till then, toodles!